said he was. Good time? Okay. All right, good evening, everybody. This is the Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting for September 14th, 2023. Located at 405 Municipal Drive, Kennedale, Texas, 76060. We're going to do a call to order. We really don't, okay. Address the Planning and Zoning Commission regarding an agenda item. Submit a request to speak. Okay. Before the meeting begins, speakers are allotted 3 minutes, must limit their comments to the subject indicated on the form, and should address the Planning and Zoning Commission as a whole rather than individual members or staff. Pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, the Planning and Zoning Commission reserves the right to adjourn into executive or closed session at any time during the meeting to seek legal advice from the city attorney on any item proposed on the agenda. All right, we'll start off with a roll call.
Andrew Mikowski,
Here.
Colby Cohen,
Here.
Michael Moran, Harry Clemente,
Here.
David Dickinson Cuniff.
Here.
Chairman, you have a quorum for tonight's meeting.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, first thing on the regular session, we're going to do the approved minutes from the August 10th, 2023 regular meeting. Everybody have those in front of them? All right, is there anything that the commission would like to discuss on there? You
No,
changed
sir.
chairs on me.
No, sir.
All right. Well, with that being said, I'd like to get a motion. And a
Second.
second.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor of adopting the minutes is approved? Man, those are approved unanimously. All right, next item is going to be PZ case 23-10. Consider approval for final plot of lots 2 Rs and Romeo -1 through 2 R Romeo -11. Drainage lot 1A is an alpha, block 1 of the Deloach addition, city of Kennedale, Tarrant County, Texas, also known as Fig Tree Estates, located at 415 Katy Circle, Kennedale, Texas. Staff?
Good evening, Commissioners. So the applicant is requesting approval for the final plat for Fig Tree Estates. I know it's been a long time coming. This is a single-family development located there at 415 Katy Circle. It's infill development, and this project consists of creating 11 new single-family lots in addition to a drainage lot in the center, which will serve as site detention. So staff, we've reviewed the plat, and then we've had our engineers comb over all the engineering over all that and determine that it complies with all city requirements. So staff, we are recommending approval for this final plat. And you've got the proposed final plat and all the associated documents with that.
How you doing, John? You look much happier this time.
He's normally happy.
Well, considering the location, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Much happier this
Yeah,
time.
he's,
All right, was there any discussion on this topic? Commission, any questions? No? All right, John, anything you want to say? Have it be done with? All right. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and seek a motion to consider the approval for the final plot.
no,
All right, in a second. Okay, all in favor? Man, that'll be unanimous consideration for the approval, or, sorry, unanimous approval recommendation.
So,
All right, next is the P&Z case 2309, public hearing. Consider approval of a proposed replat of Lot 1, Block 1. We call this Martinez or Martinez around here. North Addition, situated in Jacob Cricket Survey as abstract number 1225, located at 400 North Road, City of Kennedale, Tarrant County, Texas. Staff?
okay, so the applicant unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. She's out overseas, but she did write you a letter addressed to both Planning and Zoning Commission as well as City Council. But they're requesting the approval for a replat of this corner lot. And to create, they hope to divide it and the existing lot into 4 lots, and plans to build both single family and duplex or 2-family dwellings at this location. The applicant again has provided a letter addressed to both P&Z and council, as well as concept elevations, sample elevations that she is looking to build there on site. So the existing zoning here at 400 North Road is Old Town 2. So that zoning will remain the same. Nothing will change on the zoning. And the creation of these new 4 lots actually exceed the minimum requirements for Old Town 2. So we've reviewed the request for replat. We've determined that it complies with the city platting requirements. Notice of public hearing was posted on site and published in the Star Telegram August 29th of this year. And we also mailed notices to surrounding property owners within 200 feet. We do recommend approval with the condition that the drainage plan be approved by the city engineers prior to any issuance of building permits. So that's the only condition that we have for this particular replat. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
How's that condition going to be overseen?
But we have a drainage plan that's already been submitted. We've sent that back for, some minor plan review comments. So once they fix those comments, in fact, their engineer has COVID right now. And so I've talked to him today. So, by the time this probably gets to council, it'll all be, squared away, we believe, as far as the drainage. It typically on a small project like this, we wouldn't require a drainage plan to this extent, but because of that area and it being a concern, older part of town, we felt it was necessary. And so before we'll ever issue a building permit here, we want to make sure that the drainage gets reviewed. So that's how we'll do ensure that gets done before we issue any building permits here.
Ma'am, if you fill out a document to speak. Say what, go ahead and do so. If you go ahead and step up to the podium. Go ahead and give you 3 minutes. Just state your name, your address, and we'll take care of the document afterwards.
If you'll go ahead and, if you wouldn't mind opening up. the,
Yeah, I will.
Public hearing. Thank you, sir.
All right, well, at this time, and we'll go with about 5:40. Going to open up for public address at this, for this hearing. And we do have one applicant that's going to speak. So, ma'am, if you want to go ahead and come on up, we'll take care of the document after the fact. Just go ahead and state your name and your address and address.
Betty Guerrero. I live at 412 North Road. If that's going to be 4 lots, first of all, I don't remember getting any notification at all. I remember getting a notification of this hearing. If that's going to be 4 lots, is that going to be houses or duplexes? That just seems like an awful, I mean, it is a big lot, but for 4 houses to go on there? That just seems like a lot. And I'm just
How many
wondering what's
total
going to go
acres?
on that lot.
Show someplace.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm curious to know what it is. I know that on the corner there, it is zoned down on that corner there. It is zoned for duplex.
Well, it's zoned Old Town 2, which will allow for single family, but also duplex, if that's what's decided to be built upon. Old Town 2, the minimum lot width requirements for Old Town is 50. These lots will actually be wider than that. And if to answer your question before, what's going to be built there, the applicant, she just hoping to subdivide it right now, plans to go single family, but was looking at also doing possibly a duplex, at least one duplex there in that area.
Okay.
But the minimum lot areas, all nine, or actually you see the requirements for that district. And so at least 5,000 square feet is the minimum lot size, and these are excess of 6 to 8,000 on here. So you'll have, this is kind of the configuration of that. And I noticed you got a letter for the notification for the public hearing. So that's the requirement that we have to send that out. So I'm happy to hear that you got that. But that's how the configuration is going to be. And then here are some of the kind of the sample elevations of the homes that she's considering here. And then there's, if it's kind of a concept of a duplex there. But that Old Town, it's kind of like our historic area, so they have to meet certain architectural requirements. So if you'll notice, it's got like dormers, front porches, those types of things. So when those building permits come in, they have to make sure that they adhere to those.
Yeah. I'm concerned about that corner. Okay.
That answers.
Yeah, I guess, because I'm just not happy about that many homes going in right there at all. Can I take a picture of this? Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you.
Just go ahead and complete the document. Please hand it over to our secretary. Your signature document. Ken, did you want to say anything? I didn't know if you came in here to speak or just to wear a hat. You. All right. We'll go ahead and close the public hearing minute at we'll say 45. Any further discussion with the commission? You happy, Dave?
No. Nathan, so it could be either duplexes or single family dwelling. It could be all duplexes, or is it gonna be mixed? I mean, what determines, when will it be determined, I guess? Is it when it gets brought in front of council or?
For these types of project, it wouldn't have to site plan approval. It's just infill development. It's a small lot. So it could be 4 single family lots. It could be 4 duplexes. Talking with the applicant, her plan is just to build one for right now.
One duplex or?
One home, single family. I know she mentioned she also wanted to build at least 1 duplex and see kind of how that goes. Now, if she's able to be successful in that one, she may consider doing another one, but she's really looking at a mix. So it could be 2 as well. So her plan right now, she's got to base it off of the market, what the cost of construction is. But her plan right now is just to have the lots subdivided so that she can start moving forward and getting those engineering plans, those building plans, and figure out what she wants to do.
It's kind of a triangular shaped lot. I mean, each, it's odd shaped a lot. How they're going to be all pie shaped little lots or?
Yeah, it's
Kinda
an irregular lot. At least one of them will be, but the minimum lot width and minimum lot depth actually exceed the requirements. And they do meet the minimum square footage for a lot. The setback, depending on how they site the house on there, like for example, that smaller corner lot may be a smaller home that'll probably fit there. And so it may not seem as awkward. Just depends on what they decide to put there. But the Old Town 2, and just like any other Old Town district, allows for a mix of things.
And 1-story, 2-story, that doesn't matter or?
No, we have a minimum height requirement for, I believe it'd probably be 35 feet. But it's single family and 2 family fall underneath the IRC, and then our zoning will limit how high it can be on that. So
What's the difference between 2 family and duplex? I mean,
that's what a duplex is.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm from, you have one straight house and a box and each level's a family, it's a mirror image of the level above. So when you say 2 family, I always picture stacked on top.
No,
Duplex, at least.
well, in typically we see them side by side. It's an individual dwelling unit divided by a firewall that's between the two. So the building code, it's a building code term, 1 and 2 family dwellings. But we commonly refer to them as 2 family ones as duplexes.
Do they have separate addresses?
The duplexes, if they put a duplex on there, it would have 2 separate addresses.
Yeah, because 2 family would have like, apartment A, apartment B, same address as A and B kind of thing. So
Similar.
not they see too many 2 families around down here, but where I'm from, there's 2 families and 3, if they built the garage. I mean, it just went on and on.
Yeah.
So,
And we've got duplexes here in Old Town, in this neck of the woods. So it's consistent with what's already existing in the neighborhood and what's in place.
how's the parking going to be set up? Is it going to be, if it's duplex, front parking,
Front
driveway
entry,
kind of thing?
Pull off of North Road onto a drive on that. So and it is there's a corner. So again, one of the things we'll look at is on the engineering radiuses, making sure that you got enough space in the drive to get a car in there. With 60-foot lot, which most of these are, you probably even put a circle drive as long as you got space in between, so you don't have anybody backing out. But we don't know that just yet because they hadn't done any of the they hadn't sited the homes yet on the lots yet.
You have to come back to us for any of that or once we pass it, they do.
Well, it would go to, so it's gonna go next to council. So council would be the ones to actually approve the replat. But the state changed the rules a couple years ago to where as long as if it's met all our zoning requirements, cities have to approve it. Unless there's something in zoning that it doesn't meet a zoning requirement, then the city can say, okay, we recommend denial for this and that. So unfortunately, the state did change, took away some of the local control over plating. And this being one of the cases.
Okay, thanks.
Any further discussion?
So I got a quick question. So when we say the duplexes will go on one lot, right? They won't straddle the lots.
Correct,
themselves, right?
correct.
So there's a potential for 8 total single family housing units in this area.
Now, is that an area we're having problems with the infrastructure as far as sewage?
Not that I'm aware of, no. It is, I believe it's still in Basin B, but I don't believe this project would have an issue with any water or sewer capacities or anything like that. You know, up and down 3rd, 4th Street, you got driveways that are back to back to back to back, you know, so and I get the point as well. But often they have a like a single drive, you know, and then you've got it's like a shared driveway potentially on each lot where you would have the parking, so you may see a wider one. At this point, we don't know yet because we hadn't got the actual plot plans from the individual lots. We'll know once they get further along, and they're not there yet.
And duplexes is currently authorized in this area.
Correct. Old Town 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe.
Everybody good? He's still shuffling. I just want to make sure he didn't come across something. All right. And we'll put it to a motion then.
Motion we approve with the condition that the draining plan be approved by the city engineers prior to the issuance of any building permits.
All in favor? All right, recommendation is approved and unanimous. Well, nice short and sweet. I don't think anybody has any reattacks.
Why did we start 5:30?
Okay, good. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
Cordially invite you to the steering committee at 6 o'clock at the library.
What's the steering committee?
We've got another meeting here in a couple minutes, so that's kind of why
At
we
the library?
Mhm.
we were hoping to bump this a little earlier because we had a small agenda, but this won't be the norm. It'll be
Okay.
Thank you for your
Oh,
consideration.
now he shows up. No, it said 5:30. We all got it. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I got it. I accidentally come across it. We're supposed to.
You'll be getting a city issued email address here shortly, and that should fix that issue.
Does it have to be an email? Could it be a text?
That need to be an email.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. I need to run, gentlemen.
Yeah, I think I got the guinea pig version of that and we got it working now, finally. So,
Motion we adjourn?
yes. So nothing else, I guess, to say. Guess we'll do a motion to adjourn
Motion to adjourn?
and accepted motion. We're gonna adjourn at 5 minutes till.